Guys, I'm really sorry. I think there was an issue with the microphone. I hope you are able to hear me now. Yeah. So let's start again. So let's start with the analysis of Ethereum first, right? So yesterday we did cover a few setups and everything. The market did move lower. I mean, the market was bearish only overall. But now let's try to find out where the market will be heading based on today's price action, based on what has happened in the last 24 hours, right? So now, as you can see, so we will be doing multi time frame analysis. We start from the higher time frame to analyze where the price is moving, and then we come to the lower time frame, right? Now see, there are two things happening here, right? So the market has recently, so this is 4 hours time frame, the market has recently touched the mark of around $3,300, and from there it has gone through a major correction almost towards 3100 mark, right? So almost 200 points fall from the recent high. Now if you see, so on 4 hours time frame, this is the zone to look at, right? So here we have two things on the chart. One is the 4 hourly 200 EMA, the white line, and the other is this particular zone which previously got broken, and now the market has come to retest this zone. So again, there are two things which might happen out of this scenario. One is the price breaks down this zone, right? So just a second, the price breaks down the zone. That's one. Or the price simply bounces off, right? So both the scenarios can happen. Okay. Okay. So both the scenarios can actually happen. It depends upon where the US market or the UK market leads itself to, right? So if there is a bearish continuation in the global markets, then obviously you can expect this downfall, this breakdown, and this should ideally lead prices reaching $3,000 for it, followed by 2900 dollars, right? But if by any chance the market recovers globally, so in that case, what we will have is the price closing on the upper direction and heading higher. Now, obviously, we have a macro view of this, right? We have seen this on 4 hours time frame. Now, let's try to understand this on the lower time frame. So, for example, we switch to the 15 minutes time frame, right? Here, again, the thing is pretty much clear, right? So, here you can see the resistance happens to be around this zone, right? I will just mark it with a horizontal level. So the resistance happens to be at around this zone. The support is here, right? So here again, you can see there is a lot of liquidity on this and this direction. In between, there have been cases of high volatility, but that has not been able to move the prices higher or lower. So what do you think, guys? Tell me, quickly tell me why the price is not moving out of this range. I'm giving you 1 minute of time. Okay, why the price is not moving out of this range? This is my question to you. Please go ahead and answer this. So, guys, the 1 minute of time is over. Now, tell me why the price has not moved out of this range. Any answers? Please go ahead, guys. Please tell me. Come on, guys, try. I know good number of people are watching this, so please go ahead and tell me why the price has not moved out of this range yet. No worries. So I'll tell you. So this is because we have a lot of limit orders above this level and below this level, right? So there exists a lot of limit orders on both the directions. So if price tries to move out, you know, it fails basically. Why? Because say for example, the buyers are leading the markets higher from here, for example. On the upper direction, we have a lot of sell orders. So what happens if the market reaches that zone? So all these sell orders get triggered and the buying pressure basically gets neutralized by the sellers, right? So this will continue to happen until and unless there is a massive, buying pressure or selling pressure, right? Leading the market on one direction. Hope this is clear, guys. Anyone having any questions on this, please go ahead and tell me. Okay. coming back, right? So this is our whole analysis on Ethereum, right? So if it breaks out or if it comes below this range, we will see how to trade, but most likely see out of any of the scenarios, right? If anything gets triggered and with good momentum, good volume, we will short or long the market, right? Secondly, let's go to BTC. So let's try to analyze BTC, right? So BTC can also be seen to trade around the same zone, right? There is the same, resistance, or you could say support, uh, a resistance which got broken previously, and now it's getting retested. So on BTC, this falls around the major area of interest of 90,000. Also, we happen to have this 200 EMA, right? So 200 EMA is kahin na kahin, uh, holding as a support for the price. Okay. Now, again, the question is pretty simple. Where does the market go? So if the US markets turn bullish, then in that case, we should see this going upwards, right? 91K. So from here, 94K is what the target will be if the price gets strong on the higher direction. On the lower side of things, again, if the market breaks down, then in that case, it might fall back to 87,000. Okay. This is sideways market, and sideways market is, it could be go to up or it could go to down, but don't break to the support. Yeah. So sideways market, I hope now you understood, guys, what is the reason. Right, when came to reach the support, then it will go up. Yeah. So you are right partly. So if the price, again, this can be one scenario which might happen. Okay. Here you can see this is the major demand zone, right? 90,000. The market might just come to this zone once, you know, and start heading higher from there. That's also possible, especially on Ethereum. This might as well be possible, right? Here, market might just dip to around 3090, 3080, and from there it will give a quick upward movement. This is again the same thing. Price is basically trying to capture the liquidity on the downward side, right? So by liquidity, I mean how many orders are there on that particular direction. Limit orders. Okay. So thank you, sir, for the two views that you have shared. ठीक है. So I hope this is clear, guys. इस पे कोई doubt as such है नहीं. Now, obvious है, today is a Friday, which is the last day of the week. And अगर आज move नहीं आया, तो ना कल भी आएगा, ना परसों भी आएगा, because कल और परसों अपना weekend है, guys. So weekend we don't usually see the markets moving, right? So now let's see how this goes, guys. किस तरीके से ये टर्न अराउंड करता है before we actually place our trades. Okay. चलिए, is this clear? Now let's go to the next coin, which is Solana. Now on Solana, things get a little interesting, guys. What did I just say? Things get a little interesting. Why? So look at this, guys. The whole market is bearish. Okay, the case was opposite a few weeks back. The whole market is now like bearish to sideways, but this coin you can see it is on an uptrend from the bottom. So from around 120, it has now moved all the way up to 143 around as the last high. Okay, so why is this going up? So this is, I believe, purely short covering. Short covering means there were lots of short in Solana. Now they are getting squared off. You can see even on lower time frame, the market is quite trending, right? It's a good structure. So now what to do, guys? How to trade this? When to trade this? And if at all we're interested in trading this, can we, uh, you know, have a decent setup maybe today? So we have to figure that out. Okay. So let's try to understand this. So on Solana also the resistance falls around 143. So if this resistance gets broken, this resistance that I have marked, then obviously the price will head towards 155, 160, right? And just to have that, you know, all we need is a decent enough breakout and capturing that breakout, right? All right, guys. So hope this is clear. Coming back, right? So here, if Solana breaks 143, we should see itself, see it going upwards. Okay, and that should lead to a lot of bullishness, at least in Solana. Okay. All right. So, anyone who wishes to share any sort of view on this, please go ahead, guys. So, Solana, what happened to Solana was recently a lot of people, in fact, there was news circulating that Solana might just face a lawsuit, right? And that I believe got sorted out. It was more or less a some sort of a rumor or something. But now Solana is doing better, right? Even on higher time frame, if you look at it weekly, you can see how good this support is in terms of the price bottoming out this cycle, right? So I would say Solana is still priced aggressively. It can fall further downwards, but no worries. Right now, Solana is at a good zone to buy. Take care. You can buy this as a positional trade or an investment. Okay. So with this, I'll share you a positional trade on Solana with a slightly bigger target on stop loss. So we have a long on Solana. TP is around 150. A big TP and a stop loss around 131. I hope you should see the trade on your screen now. Okay. So the second scenario that we might see is the price rejecting from this area and comes below. In that case, we'll hedge our trade with some other position. Okay, we'll probably take some long, sorry, some short on Ethereum or some near USDT or maybe XRP. Okay. Now we also had a look on Solana. Let's now look at XRP. So XRP here the story is different. Okay. XRP moved all the way up to $2.4 out of no reason. I mean, there was obviously reasons, but now it is getting dumped. Right? It has already fallen by quite a lot. On fallen quite a lot from the recent high that I'm talking about. Right now, XRP, I'll not suggest you guys to trade on this as of now because the price movements on both the directions is quite big. Right. So that's my analysis on XRP. Kindly stay away from this because it is slightly risky. Okay, better if we stay away from XRP for now because the swings on both the directions are quite big. Okay, so with that said, I think we have a clear idea now. We can buy Solana for a bigger target and a bigger stop loss. Of course, this is a positional trade. You can take this on spot or on futures wherever you wish to. Right, futures with low leverage is what I would go for personally. And with that said, this is where we come to an end for today's session. I hope we were able to cover a lot of things. So in the same way, we will do analysis of top five coins first, and we'll decide where to buy, where to sell. Okay. Now, thank you so much, guys, for attending. I hope this was insightful. See you all tomorrow. Not tomorrow. See you all on Monday at the same time. Okay. Until then, if you have any doubts, you can get back to me. Mine, I'm joined on Guziota's official WhatsApp group community, so you can directly message me from there, and I'll get the doubts cleared. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. See you all in the next session. Goodbye.